How's it going, guys? My name is EnergyPants, and today I'm here to bring you guys my top 5 favorite male anime characters of all time. So I recently did my top 5 favorite female characters, and here I am today to do my top 5 favorite male characters. So, you know, as always, keep in mind this list is 100% opinion. If your opinion is different from mine, by all means, leave your top 5 favorite male anime characters in the comments down below. Not the description, I always say the description. But, anyway, let's get into the list. Coming in at number 5 is the Yellow Dragon from Akatsuki no Yona. And honestly, I was kind of struggling to find a number 5. I haven't seen a whole lot of shows, and I was really set on 4 of these characters, but finding a 5th was pretty hard. But then I remembered the Yellow Dragon from Akatsuki no Yona, and how hilariously he was introduced, and the comedy base that was based around him. And honestly, I just loved the way he was introduced to the show. You know, at the very end, he comes in and just kind of out of the blue, and he's like one of the best characters, one of the most enjoyable characters in the show. And I mean, he's just hilarious to watch in the show itself, and I love his personality. It's just hilarious to watch this guy in Akatsuki no Yona. I recommend Akatsuki no Yona. It's a really good show. And let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4 is Sora Takanda from my personal favorite anime, Sakura no Pendeka Nojo. Now, honestly, Sora is a really good character, but the reason why he's here is honestly because he is the most relatable character I've ever seen in any anime to date. You know, as a high school senior myself, I find it hard to find what I want to do in life, what I want to put my efforts into, and so on and so forth. And that's the same thing Sora goes through. And honestly, his development along with Nanami's was, you know, the reason why I love Sakura so much. It's just so relatable to me. Like I said, graduating this year in less than 2 weeks, actually, or about 2 weeks from now, you know, it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do with my life and, you know, the direction I wanted to take it. And, you know, Sora also fails here and there along the way. And honestly, you know, it was a really great experience to watch throughout the entire show, and honestly that's why I like Sakura so much, was because of Sora and Nanami. The characters were so relatable, and so on and so forth. So let's move on to number 3. Coming in at number 3 may be somewhat a surprise, but it's actually Tanaka Ryunosuke from Haikyuu, and this guy is the most hilarious character in Haikyuu. His facial expressions are absolutely hilarious, and if you guys don't know, some people around the anime community and otherwise, you know, some of you people even call me Energy Senpai, and this guy is basically where it all came from. Cal called me Energy Senpai one time, and I remember this guy always wanted to be called Senpai, and I still have the GIF somewhere of him, you know, like the call me Senpai thing. And honestly, I love, I just love this guy. His personality is hilarious. He's kind of where my sort of nickname in the anime community came from, Energy Senpai. It's where it stemmed from, this guy right here. And honestly, his character in Haikyuu is absolutely hilarious, and I love his character in Haikyuu. How he's always like really aggressive and, you know, always picking fights and stuff. This guy is, if you haven't seen Haikyuu, I recommend that as well. It's a great show. Great sports show. And probably my favorite sports show of all time. But that's why he's here, basically, just because personal reasons, I guess. But yeah, plus he's hilarious. So let's move on to number 2. Coming in at number 2 is Yasuri Shichika, for lack of better pronunciation. Sorry for pronouncing that wrong. From Katanagatari. And the reason why Yasuri Shishika Shishini is so good is because it's just his interaction with Togame is, you know, literally probably the best character interaction I've ever seen in a show, throughout the entire culmination of the entire show. And plus the last episode has me just like, it's just one of the best conclusions to an anime I've ever seen in my entire life. The way everything came together for the last episode, it's all centered around this guy. And honestly, the way he uses his hand instead of a sword, he uses a swordless combat because he's physically incapable of using swords. He uses that in combat, and I think that's all honestly hilarious as well. And like I said, all the things just come together for Yasuri Shichika. I mean, like the swordless combat, the interaction with Togame, the last episode, his development throughout the show, his personality, it all comes together for him. And honestly, I think Yasuri Shichika is one of the best characters I've seen in anime, let alone a male character. But obviously, he's not better than number 1, which we're going to go to right now. Coming in at number 1 is actually a tie, again, just like my top 5 cute anime girls. You can't really pick between either one of these because they kind of go hand in hand, but it comes down to Simone the Digger and Kamina from Tengen Tama Gurren Lagann. And honestly, these characters together, Simone mainly, but Kamina was also hilarious, and he added comedy to the show, and his personality was fantastic. But the reason why Simone is number 1 is just because I felt his development was probably one of the best I've seen in anime. I feel like just the changes he went throughout the show with everything that happens to avoid spoilers. If you've seen Gurren Lagann, you know exactly what happens. But with everything that's happened in the show, I think Simone has the best development, you know, through his path as a character. And honestly, he's one of the most memorable characters I've seen in anime in terms of development. I mean, I love his design. His design is also great as well. If you haven't seen Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, it's a really over-the-top mecha show. Probably my favorite mecha show. And I really enjoyed Gurren Lagann, and mainly because of Simone's development. And Kamina is also... Because Simone's development also goes hand in hand with Kamina again, and Kamina is like one of the main central points of comedy for the first half of the show. And honestly, I couldn't say one without the other, because their development goes hand in hand. So, Simone the Digger coming in at #1 for his fantastic development. And that wraps up today's list, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy my top 5 favorite male anime characters of all time. Leave yours in the comments down below. What is your favorite? What are your favorite male anime characters? I'm always happy to see. I always love seeing your guys' lists. It gives me a new opinion, and even in some cases makes me realize things I missed, like my endings video when I forgot the Onodera opening that she sung. I'm still mad about that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Leave your top 5 favorite male anime characters in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time.